Hey guys, welcome back to Our Wyoming Life. My name is Mike, and we are smack dab in the middle of a blizzard, which for us really isn't that big of a thing. The blizzard's not horrible, honestly. We've seen a lot worse in the spring. Our blizzards tend to be more of a wet snow. This is a pretty dry snow. We've had maybe about a foot of snow. We're expecting, I guess, about a foot of snow. I think we've got a couple more inches due today, but we're kind of starting to wind our ways out of things. The cows are up here in the shed. This is what we call the cow shed. Cows are hanging out up here, staying out of the weather as much as possible. They've already been fed right down there. I don't know if you can see them or not. There's a few cows hanging out down there that have gotten fed. But you know how they say it rains, it pours? Well, apparently when it blizzards, it pours as well. So we are heading over to pick up the Gator. Not really pick it up, we're actually going to tow it. I have some sort of issue happening with the Gator. What happened this morning was that I went out to feed some cows, and for some reason I went through a snowdrift, and then all of a sudden the Gator was stuck at about 6,000 RPM. I actually managed to get it shut down right away, turned the key off. Went and checked the throttle cable to see if that was the problem, and it wasn't. So there's something else happening inside the Gator. And as soon as it was either the moisture in the snowdrift or just the cold in the snowdrift, it caused all kinds of bad things to happen. So what we're doing right now is we're actually going to go grab the Gator, which is sitting across the road, and we're going to tow it back to the shop. Hi there.
Do you want me to move? Or?
No, you're fine. I'm probably going to tow it backwards because I've got a tow hook on the back. So what I'm going to do is just hook up to it, and then you can jump in it and steer it, hopefully. And then we're going to tow it right into the shop. What?
Is it in neutral?
I'll make sure it's in neutral.
Okay. Can I just stay here?
Yeah, stay here while I get it all hooked up. I'll wave you over when it's time. Okay. Not very nice out here. Luckily, if I'm stuck in the skid steer, it has heat, so that makes life a little easier. Although there's not a lot of room in here for filming, which kind of sucks. Okay. There we go. Lots of drifting happening. There's our broken down Gator. Back up to it here. Somewhat close. Okay, that's probably close enough. Let me show you what it's doing. If I can get out of the skid steer. Okay. We're able to get in, and we can start it up, but it just runs right up to 6,000 RPM. The bad thing is when it does that, you can't shift it out of gear, you can't do nothing. So what we're going to do is put it in neutral, and hopefully we're able to pull it. So right there is neutral. We're going to hook up to it and get it out of here. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna pull you along, so stay behind me. Not like she has any choice. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Okay, try starting it up and see what it does.
You do it.
Well, I'll do it. Okay,
Nope,
fine.
maybe you should get it.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not supposed to do that. That would be a bad thing. So.
You go very fast.
I go, if you could get it in gear, you can go very fast.
You can go vroom vroom.
The scary part was when I went over and it did that, like, it's all the brakes can do to stop you from going very fast. So you have to try to knock it out of gear or shut it down, and that's what I ended up doing. So,
What's wrong with it?
huh?
What's wrong with it?
Ask the internet. They'll probably know. We're going to let it sit in the shop here and thaw out. In the meantime,
very exhausting.
it smells what?
Very exhausty in here
It's
now.
very exhausting. I'm going to dump out my bucket of snow. I guess this is my conveyance for the day. This is the Gator. We're going to paint it green.
It's a bobcat that identifies as a gator.
It's a bobcat that identifies as a gator.
Okay.
This is going to be our mode of transportation
Okay, cool.
for
So
the
you
day.
will take this and go get the car, and then bring the car back, and then we can both get in the car, and we can go. I'll take you back to the bobcat
Okay, so where do you want me to meet you?
in the garage.
Meet you in the garage.
I'm guessing you don't want to walk across the road.
No, I don't want to walk anywhere today.
Okay, I'll also
Okay.
meet you in the garage.
Okay, can you turn off the light on your way by?
Yeah.
One thing that's always really amazing to me is that any snow is a blinding snow. I don't know where anybody came up with the blinding or whiteout or anything like that. All that happens instantly as soon as it snows to me. I don't know why, but it's no fun at all. So all the roads are closed. School is shut down. The county is shut down. All that stuff. Although, even though the road is closed, we got to be very careful because there's plenty of people that still decide they want to drive around and look at the snow, or they have somewhere very important to go. So we're going to swing down over here on the other side of the road, pick up Erin, go back over, get our skid steer.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. we will be checking in with the Gator in just a few. We're gonna let it thaw out a little bit, crank up the heat inside the shop. In the meantime, I guess we're gonna do something we've never ever done before, and we're gonna go check cows in the Bobcat. You know, I gotta say, as a way around the ranch, the skid steer's not horrible. It's heated, it's somewhat airtight, a little bit of snow blowing on me here and there, but honestly, not that bad. And as we head down here to check on the cows once again, looks like most of them are still up inside the barn. But there are a few right over here that are looking at getting water. So we're gonna swing over that way. I just wanna check their water and make sure it's okay. It's cold, and if water stops working today, not exactly the end of the world. It's really cold, but here it looks pretty good. So the freeze miser's still running on there. Even though it's pretty dang cold, water's still just slushy. Which is good. We want the cows to have water. But I did run into a small problem across the road with the steers, and in finishing school, that's going to be a bigger problem. Lots of drifting over here. Steers look pretty dang cold. Look at that. Let me show you what I got going on here water-wise. Now I left their water on. I left it on a trickle. When I came back over, it was frozen. I was able to get it all the way open, but now I can't get it closed. So this is a problem that I really can't do anything about right now. Their water hydrant is frozen. I'm hoping it thaws out okay by itself and just takes off to running. What I am going to do is disconnect so that when it does open up, it just sprays on the ground here. There's nothing else open. There's nothing else to confine the water. So yeah, it's frozen here in the head. The heated hose on here, probably not frozen at all. So in fact, I can see there's no ice inside the heated hose. So I'll leave that plugged in. Hopefully when this thing clears itself out, it'll just start spraying water. It's open, so there shouldn't be any breakage happening, hopefully. So when it comes to our finishing school over here, we have our A team and our B team, and as some of you guys have noticed, the B team actually has a shed to go into to get out of the weather. The A team right now does not. We're gonna remedy that right now. We're gonna let them go together and they can all go in the shed. Hey kiddos, you guys cold? It is cold in here. So that's a lot of the drifting that we talk about. It's not fun to deal with, especially when you have to walk through it and it gets in your boots. Come on! Come on, boys! right, let's go inside. Come on, you too. So we are planning on, oh, nice to get out of the wind. Thanks guys for letting me borrow your shed. We are planning on building a shelter for the A-team. We just didn't get around to it this year. We figured if the weather got bad enough, we'll just mix them together. We can always sort a few cows off if we have to. Not that big of a deal. So these guys get to hang out in here where they're gonna be a little bit more comfortable. Oh, it's cold. All right, we're gonna sneak out of here and jump back in the skid steer. They've got food. There is water in their trough that's not frozen, which is good. And if we have to refill it, we can always bring over a tank and put some water in. So next stop is the chicken house. We're gonna take a look and see what's going on over there. And then we're probably gonna swing by the shop. We'll take a look at the Gator. It's had a few hours now to thaw out. I actually threw a heater underneath it, so hopefully things would thaw out a little bit faster. And we'll see what's going on with that. So chicken house, then back to the shop. My boots are full of snow. And it's cold, a little wet. Thankfully, we've got our good old heated Gator slash Bobcat. That drift right there, probably a 5-foot drift. Window's frozen shut. Look right. Look left. Go for it. Did you see that? Those water buckets just magically appear right there. Well, that's because I know for a fact the chicken house, the water is frozen. It's just, I just can't get around it. I just cannot beat the water system in here. When it comes to cold weather, it hates it. It'll do fine, you know, 20 degrees, 25 degrees, it seems to be just fine. Gets down to these wind chills and the minus degrees, or even like right now it's about 10 degrees out here. It just does not like it whatsoever. So we end up supplementing water. Good thing is that it's a PEX system, so and you know, rubber hoses and stuff like that don't break, even though PEX isn't rubber, but we do have rubber hoses involved, so we don't have to worry about them breaking. In here are the goats. Hi goats. Pregnant goat. We talked about them 100 times. Still waiting. I was kind of hoping barometric pressure drop, we would get some goats on the way, but there's still time. We're going to bring water in for everybody, get some water to our goats here, water to those chickens, water to those chickens, and get that all set up. Oof. Okay. Water. And water. Here, hold it right. I lost a little bit of water on the way over, but that's why I brought two. Okay, now water for the chickens. All right. This is our big chicken water. Let these guys get a drink. A little dusty. So cold weather like this, the chickens normally won't even go outside. They'll hang out inside. They might go out and grab a bite to eat. Their feeder is outside, but they're not gonna stay outside for long. We got one more water. This one's going in for our turkeys and a few meat chickens that we've got left to butcher, although they are getting pretty dang big. I'm not even sure if they can be butchered by now. They'd be like little turkeys. All right. Go ahead and get a drink, guys. Water, super important. You use the rule of two. What is it? 2 minutes without air, which everybody has. At least I hope they do. 2 days without water, and 2 weeks without food. That's kind of the general consensus of how long things can actually last. Although 2 weeks without food seems like would be easier for some people than other people, I guess. I don't know. Okay, chickens, turkeys, ducks, goats, everybody is all taken care of over here. Let's head back in the shop and let's see what's going on with that gator before I cut you guys loose for the day. Okay, we're in the shop. Like I think I mentioned, I put a heater underneath the Gator here to try to thaw things out a little bit. And it looks like we've got quite a bit of thawing going on. So that's good. So last time we started this thing, went from 0 to about 6,000, 6,500 RPMs, just like that. Not good, obviously, for anything. So we're gonna get in here. Because of that, we couldn't even shift it into gear. We couldn't do anything. When it's at that fast RPMs, there's nothing you can do but just shut it down. So we're gonna fire it up again. Hopefully, it's not doing that. Now, I think it was caused either by the cold weather or something. I went through a snowdrift and boom, all of a sudden 6,000 RPMs. I actually was going across the road to feed the steers, so I kind of had to slam on the brakes a little bit to keep from like running over the mailbox, and then managed to kind of get in and turn it off in time. But I hope no permanent damage was done. We shall find out. So we're gonna first start it up and hopefully it doesn't go up to 6,000 RPM. Oh, look at that. Okay, 950, exactly where it's supposed to be. So all we have to do now is shift it into gear and make sure everything's working. So right now we're in park, right here. I'm gonna shift up into reverse. And that's reverse. You see the R right there. And here we go. Oh, yeah, we're not going anywhere. Huh. All right. Forward gear. Oh. That's a bad sound happening in the back. Very bad. Okay. Crap. Somebody's gonna have to tell Erin that the transmission might have went out on the Gator. No, not it. Okay, let me think here. You know, it is a belt drive system, so let's check the belt. We did replace the belt, I think back in October, no, when did we, sometime this summer, I think we replaced the belt, the drive belt on this thing. So the drive belt's pretty new, but really all I can do is hope and pray that it is the drive belt and not the transmission itself. I don't know how much it would cost to replace a transmission on one of these. I really don't want to know. I don't even want to know if I could do it myself, which might be able to. But let's see if we can get a look at the belt. Because we replaced the belt this summer, I know the belt is in this casing right here, but there is a hole here in the back that you can actually reach into and feel what's going on. You know what? The problem is that I can't see what's going on. So I'm gonna get my phone here, get the camera out, and we're gonna see if we can't do it this way. So we're actually gonna take a picture inside of here. Okay, let's see what we got. Haha, nice. Okay, this isn't good, but it's way better than what I expected. I don't know if you can see that here. We'll zoom in on it. Right there, where that thing that looks like a paddle on a steamboat. There's supposed to be a belt there. The belt is gone. That's actually awesome news, because now it's a $8 fix instead of a $1,000 fix or whatever it might be. Holy smokes. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. But I still don't know why it was doing that weird thing where it just revs up and goes to beat heck and causes all kinds of problems to start with. So, you know what? I'm gonna call John Deere and see what they have to say. I can tell you, this Gator, as much as I love John Deere Gators, this one has been a pain. We had problems with it last winter. We had problems with I don't even know what the problem ended. I think it was something to do with the fuel pump. It went in for warranty work like crazy right after we got it. And now, this being its second winter, of course, now this happens. But who knows? Could be something simple. Maybe there's if it's a water issue, a moisture issue, when you go through snow, moisture gets up onto some component or something that causes the whole dang thing to go haywire. Who knows? I have no idea, but it's definitely going to be worth digging into. Also worth digging into, how's that for a segue, is the snow that's out here that's continuing to pile up. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have a special weekend video that's going to come out this weekend. We're going to show the aftermath of this storm and some of the cleanup that's involved. I guarantee it's going to have to do with our bobcat that identifies as a gator, because this gator, for right now, is down for the count. And so are we. We're going to hang things up for today. There's still a whole lot that I need to do outside. Obviously, I keep checking the animals every few hours, but I do get a chance to go inside, warm up, hang out with the family. One of the best things about having a snow day is that it's your day. You can spend it however you want. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary right here on Our Wyoming Life.